Welcome back to my playthrough of Legend of Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. So in this edition, we're going to go through Eastern Hyrule. We just solved the Island Palace, making our way from the raft across the big central lake to our first town over here, the town of Niburu. Yokoso! Welcome. So the villagers have changed their script just a little bit now that we're in this new side. So people here seem a little more aware of the danger, asking us to save the town. This one was a little weird. I wasn't totally sure what that meant, but maybe somebody will tell me someday. Holy boots, so that's definitely one of the items that I will get from one of the palaces. Apparently that will enable me to cross certain oceans. And the lady came out of the house, so her throat is thirsty. Oh, look at that, there's a fountain right here. Mizo is water. Yep, save our town. Yep, we'll do that. Now that I have some water, let's chat with this lady one more time. Yes, I have the water. Uchi ni oide nasai. Come inside. So that was one of the easier little side quests to make it into the town magician. So this guy is going to allow my sword to shoot flames. Honestly, this is a pretty wimpy spell in this particular version. You might recall that the fire spell was required to defeat certain enemies that kind of had that gray or metallic look to them. The regular sword attacks don't hit them. It's kind of the opposite in this game. Those monsters are immune to flame, and I have to hit them with the sword. So, other than just sort of the ability to hit things at a distance, the fire spell doesn't really do too much. Yeah, so the infinite hole, watch out. I'll have to do that. Or, sorry, don't be afraid to jump in the hole. Amazed the temple until I've met the magician of Darunia. So basically what that's telling me is the temple there on Maze Island is not going to be any fun for me until the Darunia mage is giving me whatever spell he's going to give me. Devil settles in the river and eats travelers, so that doesn't mean much right now, but if I walk south of town, it'll make more sense. And now we've got this Batman here. Not very chatty, so I guess we can move on from that. Got a little town past the outskirts. Alright, so that's Niburu. So as they've already suggested, I might need to go and visit this magician in Darunia before I even try entering the next palace. So, Darunia, if I recall, is up north through this little tunnel here. Try out my fire spell. He's a little handy there. Now these are one of the guys that you could only defeat with fire in the North American version, but fire is not helping me out too much here, so I've got to take him down the old-fashioned way. And he's a little tougher than I would probably prefer, but there you go. Worth a good amount of points. Now that I've made it through that tunnel, Darunia is going to be off to the left through this little mountain pass. Not the most accessible town. I'm not really sure what their marketing strategy is for trade and freight and all that. This is getting dicey. see. I should try not to die already. I've got a few of these little cutscenes to get through. But no margin for error. And of course, we're going to add the bubbles. You may notice my life miraculously restored because I did not make it on the first try through, but rather than make you guys sit and watch that, I'll try to make it a little smoother. Alright, here we go. Darunia. So this town shares a little bit in common with Syria in that some of the townspeople will turn into monsters if I talk to them, and it shares a little bit with Mido in that we have a bonus dungeon that I can use to acquire some abilities myself. So you must die. You'll notice a little different. The roofs along the buildings seem solid when I jump. Some actually interferes. So in west or east of Nibiru, we have an island temple. Or the palace of the god, I guess. There we go, get a little bit of life back. Alright, this house here, this one similarly where I can knock at the door, there's a sign of people behind the door. The Doa. And this very blank shed slash house I can actually make it on top of with the jump spell, so I'm gonna make my way back and use this suspicious chimney. And I have now burgled my way in to this house. So who's living in the basement? Jumpu! Shitatoki key. Ue. So up. Push the key up to stab. So now I have both my up and my down thrust. I have a fully versatile ability to attack in all directions around me. So now that I've acquired that particular skill, I'm ready to learn more. So here's first coming out, so this will be the Magician Keeper. Kodomo, child. So our child's been kidnapped and taken to Maze Island. So I was kind of just told not to go to the Maze Island until I met the Magician, but now I'm told I can't meet the Magician without going to Maze Island. So I guess I'm going to be going to Maze Island more than once. And that was this part of Darunia. Alright, time to make my way back through all this mess. It's always a drag when the bubbles get me. At least this time the Octoroks are aimed at me a little more, so I can just jump on them and take them out. They're not well shielded on their heads. Alright, this got messy. Never great when you got them coming at you from both sides. Alright, free at last. Made it through the pass. So it's time to make my way through this great forest. And over to the side here. So these guys kind of are annoying sometimes, and sometimes they're very easy to kill and just worth a few points, so take them out. Victory. Alright, another one of these great big long bridges. So, why do they call this Maze Island? I can't even begin to tell you. No idea. But I'm just wrapping my way around the edge here to this inconspicuous little spot with a hole. And we have this lizard dude who acts very much like the knights in the temples with the shield and all that. So same strategy to beat him too. And he's gone. And now we have the kidnapped child that for some reason I need to stab with my sword to pick up. But we won't mention that when we bring him home. It's just, it came that way. Make my way back around. The maze is, as you might imagine, full of all kinds of little hidden scenes with some tough guys that I do not have any need to go and tackle right now. So, now that I got the child, back to Darunia. And once more through the pass with all the Octoroks. Ooh, my skills are on fine form through here. Yeah, those guys are gone. Kind of a drag to have to do this so many times, but that's the way the game is programmed. See if I can manage to get hit in the face by every single one of these guys. And we're through! I will avail myself of a little bit of heals and a little bit of magic. And then I'm going to have a chat with the lady and her butterfingers and bring her child back. The healers have such fancy houses here. Still think they'd do better if they had a road of some kind that isn't filled with pits that you have to jump over and little octopus slinging or rock slinging by. Sha! Or so really brave or a hero. That's me. I saved the child. I will claim that title. Down I go. Visit the old man magician. Tate ni. So he's going to do something to my shield with this reflex or deflect spell. Basically what that's going to do is it'll allow my shield to either block certain kinds of attacks that used to make it through, or will send them back. And certain enemies can only be defeated that way, so that will be very handy indeed when we get into the Maze Island Temple. So, time to head over that way. Alright, back on the Maze Island, so time to find a way to navigate through here and make it to the temple, and maybe if there's any other little goodies. The guys in here are not pushovers, as I've already observed, so do my best. There's some nice little bit of magic, I guess. Alright, those guys are definitely not my friends, but keep working at it. Another secret hole. And a magic container. So each quadrant, as I mentioned, has one of those. A magic container, a heart container. So that was the northwestern magic container. The southeastern one is the only one left. Still gotta find the heart container that's associated with this quadrant. But that's gonna have to wait a little bit. Ooh, that was nice. I like it when that happens. Alright, now a few more of these guys down. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's bring in my experience pile up a little bit. Down I go. Notice everything that looks like a shortcut has a little bit of an event associated with it. Easy hundo there. Oh, these guys suck. At least they die fairly easily when you can hit them, but they're not easy to hit. got a route to the temple. Nice greeting. I'll take that though. It's always nice to start full, and then that happens, and then I don't have it that way anymore. Alright, so these white guys that appear are the Wiz Robes, and they can only be defeated by reflecting their magic back at them. When they surround me like that, that's kind of uncool. Man, this guy's a brat. There you go. He's down. So yeah, if they keep elevating the Stalfos. There we go. You don't want to share the pit with him? Not at all. Alright, I'm getting close to a level up, just like that. Alright, second guessing myself here for a moment. I'm just gonna run back real quick, just make sure I am not forgetting something. Can't remember if it was, I think I might be backwards in my memory of how this goes. I'll make sure I'm not forgetting that I've already got a key here. Nope, okay, good. I was, in fact, going in the right direction. Red guy is easy to kill. Partial bridge, make the big jump. I made the landing. I know I'm not supposed to be afraid of falling in there, but I do want to make sure I'm taking care of the business along this edge. These scenes are always fun. I seem to manage to die quite often. Somebody whacks me with something right as I'm trying to jump over one of these gaps. But there's usually a key at the end or something like that too, so here it is. Got it. And then we've got this guy. What a jerk! Oh, and I died. What did I tell you? Well, I already got the key, so let's just say never mind. Although there is a guy worth a fair number of points, and I'm very close to a level up, but it was not to be. And down the hole to go. Let's see if I can just get to the next level. There we go. These guys have an unlimited supply of those things, but finally, life level 7, making my headway. Moving on up. Double trouble. You guys are always defending something good, so let's see what's going on over here. Woohoo! The colorful platform can only mean one thing. That was a dirty little trick, because I'm stuck with the door opening. Nice, okay. And there's the holy boots. So in theory, I am now able to walk on shallow water. So there's some exploration to do. see where that actually applies to. I'm gonna just jump right into that guy. No need to jump. And we're at the bottom of the Great Pit, so let's see what we got down here. Ooh, another one of these my favorite scenes. Hopefully that one key waiting for me. I don't like those guys though. They're fast, they're furious, but there's a key. Now can I avoid that happening? I cannot. So, here we go. Am I gonna get to my 7s with this final life? I suspect that's gonna be a challenge. Nice! A very short challenge. And Ganon has returned. But if I continue, then perhaps I can just not go down that whole side again, since pretty much what I was going to be doing there was just building my way back the way I came. So that's really the reason why I didn't strip that out, was because now I'm going to be entering the palace and going in a different direction. So there's no seamless way to make that go together unless I wanted to go all the way back down there and show you the way back, but it's pretty straightforward. Not the best use of time. So just march our way back. Now that I have the boots and the shallow water, there's a pretty significant amount of this little area here that counts as shallow. So I can pretty much just bypass most of the way to get back to the island maze. And we also have a little bonus thing here that will serve me well, I think. The heart container for the northeast quadrant of Hyrule. So that's juiced me up just a little more. Oddly, I had been able, when I was a kid, to find every last component, everything in this game, as far as I know, that was important at least, except for that one heart container I never did discover until I replayed this game in adulthood and found the facts that showed me where it was, and I would have sworn to you that I had tried every inch of this water. This is a nice little bonus here too, so I don't really have to deal with the maze again. I can just waltz my way down the river and get back into the palace. Okay, this time, having already got the boots, I can ignore that whole side of the temple off to the right when I go down, so this time I'll just go left. All I would have done is come back up the elevator and come out the back row anyway, so now if I go this way, gotta get rid of these Wiz Robes again. Where are you? There you go. I'll take that. And there's that pesky door that blocked me last time. So this time I'm just going to make my way to the boss. So I gotta get the keys. A little chaotic with all this going on, but I will persevere. Yeah, these guys are kind of a drag when you can't just bounce on them. I wish they were worth 50 points like they were in the North American version, because actually that would add up pretty well. Alright, with those pests out of the way, grab this key, and we'll move on. Another crossroads, which usually means one direction has the key, one direction doesn't. So, I'll start with my trip over this way, see if I get another key out of it. At this point, honestly, I can just use Fairy to bypass some of the keys, but it's nice to do this properly, and if you get to a door and don't have enough magic, use Fairy, that's also just a drag. These guys are really easy to kill given how many experience points they're worth. Alright. Now it's time to collect the treasures of this room. My attempt to fall in a way that I can easily climb out of, not working out so well, but I guess that'll do. Oh, what a strategic thinker I am. Okay, so now that we've got pretty much all the keys that I can grab from this area, I'm going to make my way back down, see how many more of these little wimpy guys I can get hit by. And another fork in the road. So, guess I'll need that reflect spell again. Getting a little grim. These guys are nice and easy to kill. Now that they can down thrust, they got sucked when I was in that boat where I couldn't get them. I feel like I need to go check the other direction now, because I think that is leading me to the final boss, and I don't want to miss out on important stuff and have to backtrack again. Ugh. Yep. Never, ever fails. They're just relentless. Kind of interesting that I can actually get rid of those guys in this one, because I feel like they went on forever. Okay. There they are. Going back at me from the other direction. Alright, well now at least we know it's down that direction. No more big mysteries to deal with. So let's go and get our way all the way to the end. Alright, what joys await us behind this locked door? Guy's not terribly threatening up there, but let's get him anyway. Do want to keep leveling up as much as I can. always come at the most unhelpful moments. There wasn't nothing, but certainly, I guess, getting back to full life. But never when you're desperate. Get out of here, you turkey. Oh dear. Lots going on there. Alright, not too many points needed now. Oop, color change, curtains. This looks like a boss room if ever there was. So I know I'm going to need that reflect spell for this. It keeps appearing on top of me, which is very irritating. Alright, getting somewhere. Okay, phew, that was lucky. Alright. I feel like it would be a big waste to go and do the statue when I need only 40 points left for a level, so let me see if I can take this tiny little bit of life that I have left and get what I need. I guess this would work eventually, but 40 points doing that would take a while. See if I can get any luck with these little stupid mews again and maybe even not die while I'm trying to get them. So close. Magic bottle was not very helpful. But in theory I should get 10 points each time I do this. So it wouldn't take too long. Well, that didn't work out so well. Try it again. It always seems like I do better in this direction. There we go. That's some progress. But it also felt a little dangerous. Let's do it the painful way here. Four more to go. 3 more to go. Only 2 more to go. All right. Oh. Bam. Okay. Break the level 7 seal. And then basically get the second one right off the bat here. And then hopefully I can get that third one before something bad happens and lock in level 7. Alright, now it's time to move on. Now that the Maze Island Palace is done, I've extracted all of the potential treasures that I might need from here, so back over the bridge, and now I can just kind of make my way through the shallow bit of the ocean here, head back to Nagoru just to make sure I get myself maxed out, but otherwise not much pomp and circumstance needed before we take on the Ocean Palace or Island Palace, whatever we want to call it. Got all the necessary bits, got all the spells that I can use, and until I get my next item, I can't really move on to any other areas anyway, so. Mademoiselle, thank you very much. Got my shooting sword back. Alright, now as the clue in Darunia said, just go straight on east from town. And there we go. Alright, this one's definitely getting longer, so this one has a few little tricks up its sleeve. Let's see how we do. Just checking. Sometimes there's a point bag or magic bottle in that part on those scenes, but not in this one apparently. These guys definitely take more magic than life now. But definitely easy to kill too. Alright, so here's a occasion where the fairy spell is needed. Jump it will not get quite easy to get me over that. Unfortunately, as a fairy, I cannot pick up the key though, so I have to leave the scene and come back. Alright. One minor hurdle out of the way. These jerks again. Fail to get the point bag. Unacceptable. Take my nose run at it. And pay for it with my life. At least I got it. Let's keep that on. Good thing I picked up that key. And here we have the first crossroads. So in most palaces I kind of lean to left as the way to get past, or where the keys are probably, but in this one's kind of tends to be the other way around, so I'll start with the right. These guys are such a pain. Kind of got to pounce on them at just the right moment and then knock them down. But they are really obnoxious and they take a while to get down because of that. And there are a lot of vents in your palace. So, we found the first of the dead ends. I'm not sure, but I feel like in the North America version there was like a little bit more time to deal with them. Here they just kind of appear instantly right over top where I'm standing and cause me some damage, and that's very frustrating. So unless they're pretty much right here, I don't really have a shot at getting them. So flicker in and out so fast. One hit, 2 hits. And we can move on. Another sneaky key. So the only way to get up there normally would be the fairy spell, but when you're a fairy you can't pick up a key. But there's these convenient falling blocks, so clearly the only way to do this is to make some stairs. And to do that, I've got to let them fill in a bit first. For some reason this first row is taking forever. And here we go. Finally. Close. I think I can start probably carving my way in here now. Alright, make my way up. These guys are definitely easy to climb if you do it right, but just gotta be careful. Of course, the big trick is as soon as you get to the top, smash your way through, that starts to happen, so requires just a little bit of timing and finesse to make sure that I make it through. Actually get up there while that hole is there. Okay. Sneak my way through the bottom, where nobody else is going to come and bother. Haven't really seen these orange guys too much lately. They're pretty wimpy now, although this guy seems to be quite the shieldsman, but not good enough. Take advantage of this little opportunity to heal up again. And there goes another one. And another one. Quick little swarm. And that wasn't very useful right now, but it is what it is. So we've got another crossroads here. I think I will go off to the right to start, as I've been doing. That was kind of a dirty trick there. Those guys ambushing me like that. But I guess I'll kill them, even if it takes me 20 hours to do it. This is a truly evil scene here with these flying bonefish, plus the knights, plus the floor that I can accidentally cut through super easily. But I would rather not get too caught up in dealing with those guys because pretty much every road leads to death if I do. So let's just keep going. Alright, now here, I'm going to make my way through, take out the skull before he can cause me any more mischief. And keep going. So this is one of those dead ends. Somewhere in this palace there is one of those false walls that I can jump my way through, and that's where I need to go to get the treasure. I feel like this might not be it, because I think I see a key on the other side, and that means that's something on the other side of that wall, but I will check nonetheless, and keep searching. Back through my least favorite of the scenes. See what I can do about getting rid of this guy. Stupid fish everywhere. Lots of gas. That didn't leave me in the best shape. And neither did that. So I think this calls for another power through. Let's just cast my jump spell and head on. Ignoring that, taking the hits, and getting out of here. What was it? Ah, nice, good, cheap shots all around. Okay, so now I'm gonna head down a little further, and look at this, there's just so many different directions you could go. I feel like I'm going to have to liberate that key from this Shield Knight here. Making my way across. Of course, there's more of these orange flame guys that take me forever to deal with each time. Yeah, this isn't looking so good again. There it goes. That's what I get for being greedy, I guess. It's just hard to turn away from all those points you get when you actually kill them. But now that I got full life, maybe I'll take another go at it. Man, I am not having much luck here. Okay. Oh man, more of them again. Alright, keep going, keep going. And here we seem to have a repeat of the first palace boss. And I think that might be different than in... I don't remember that in the North American version, but here's that fake wall. So that's good news. I can now make my way through here, and this should lead me to the treasure of this palace. And that treasure is what will allow me to advance into the next quadrant of Hyrule. The next and final quadrant of Hyrule. I have one more palace to conquer before I get to the Great Palace. I think I'm just going to chill out with those orange guys, because I just do not seem to have it in me to take them down efficiently. That was tempting. Here's a way to wrap the way back around. Be nice if I get to some level 8s already, this stage of the game. Here's that key that I saw from afar, and I stuck on the other side of that wall. It was a nice chill mellow scene compared to some of the previous ones. Fire jerks. I've got a hit on one already. One can dead now. Yeah, nice. I demanded satisfaction, and I got it. This is going to be fun. These guys are relatively easy in pattern when they're by themselves, but when they're with the orange guys, I think I won't like it. And I did not. Alright, another opportunity to get a little bit more life back. And see what we have in here. These guys, nice and easy. These guys are a little more serious, but still handleable. Still doing a cheap shot, getting me while I'm stuck opening the door. Alright, there we go. I'm getting rid of those. And here's the trigger, so yay! That flute has a couple things that it can do. It can allow me past the river devil that we know hates noise, and it can reveal hidden objects in the map, which I think there's only one of that I know of, but it's an important one, so I will be doing it there. Now that I can make my way back up, as we know, only one more key objective in this palace. Okay, that did it. So I can max out my life level, which is good timing, since I was in a bit of need of a heal anyway. And now I have my maximum resistance to damage, and I have most heart containers, only one left to go. Now it's time to make my way back through this fake wall, back into the palace proper, and find my way back to the big boss. These guys are annoyingly timed. I just want to waltz my way through. It doesn't bother. Alright, so in this, there's a maze of different right and lefts and ups and downs that I can do. I just want to minimize my back and forth thing at this point. Make my way into the boss and call it good. Take that. Definitely wasn't a requirement. Head on over. Love getting those red jars. Alright, let's take you down. Grr. Can't seem to stop getting hit for stuff. And there's nothing here. Good. Lots of dead ends in this here palace, but I guess that makes sense as we're getting towards the final one. There's only one big one to go. And then, of course, the Great Palace itself. That's a place you can get lost. It'll be interesting to see if my memory can get me through it relatively painlessly. Guy throwing stuff at me. Pretty sure this is the right way. I could go and get a few more point bags and stuff down those other paths, but I think in this case I've had enough of this place. And down! Guess there's no magic bottle for me there. That's okay. And here we are again. Got the curtains. This looks like a boss room. So this is definitely very different than the North American version. I don't know if you know this game very well, but there was like this ogre guy with a club. He kind of was like a bigger version of the first Palace one. This is just a repeat of Palace 2, but now he's got 2 helmets floating and firing at me instead of just the one. So I definitely want to get this guy out of here quickly and move on, since that was getting chaos. But there we go. That's it. The Island Sea Palace is done. And level 8 attack, so now my sword is as powerful as it's going to be, my defense is as powerful as it's going to be. Just gotta take that one last level on magic and reduce my magic cost, and that's about it. I'll be pretty maxed out. Pretty awesome to have that already at this point of the game. Still haven't even gotten to Palace 6 or any of that stuff, so lots more to do. Just a quick stop here in Naburu. Looks like I'm pretty much full though, so there isn't really much for me to do here. Just a quick victory lap through town, then make my way down south and have a little chat with this River Devil. See if he really wants to interfere with my progress, or if I can maybe talk him into just moving on and letting me pass. Alright, there's a million little hidden scenes with point bags and fairies and stuff around in this area, so I haven't really been too diligent about going and hitting them all. Maybe I should grab a couple. There's that old River Devil. Man, you guys are all super easy to kill now that I've got the full bit of life. Yeah, this area is kind of funny. There's not really a lot of point here except for this. But can't really get here if you don't have the ability to break that rock, so I guess it's just there for fun. Alright, now that done that. Same thing with that little cave, there's nothing critical in there. And I'm missing that guy like crazy. Alright, here goes the whistle. River Devil is down. Alright, now that I have made it to this path, it's riddled with these little scenes just like this one, with all these annoying guys up there that hurl rocks at me. Absolutely nothing in the world I can do about them at the moment. There are a couple of things that I will acquire soon that I can use, but for now, I just basically gotta dodge. Used to have this dance down pretty well. Gonna have to practice it a little bit to get myself back into it. But, as you can see, there's plenty of opportunity to get that practice. Okay, there's another one down. One more to go. It's kind of this little weird little back and forth shimmy. It seems to work best in the rock zones. little harder to do when I've got a guy that I've got to beat, but make it work. Alright, to the south there is Death Valley. That's the way to the end. Not ready for that just yet. And I see a little town there, so I can go and visit that. Got to deal with these rather poorly maintained bridges first. So let me just make my way across here. Alright, one down, one more to go. These really do suck. I kind of hate these ones. Not the most approachable town, as you can see. Although, if you remember, Saria wasn't much better. Alright, here we go. Now, this town doesn't seem very friendly. There's already getting killed by some guy that I can't even see. Kasuto! Bandana, strange. Doesn't seem to be any people around. That's not good. Houses don't look like they're in great shape either, although this one seems fine inside. Let's make my way down into the basement, see what I can learn. So this town, everybody's gone to the forest, to the east. Okay. Fine. So apparently I have to find wherever all the folks that left this place are sheltering, since it would appear that this town is no longer habited. Seems like there's a very large town, too. There's some big buildings. I know that there's a couple, like, notes and stuff in some of these houses. At least there was in my version. So, let's see if I can find any of that. Yeah, these guys are not making this easy for me. Oop, here's one. The Maho no Kagi, so the magic key is the treasure of Kasuto. Alright, so if this town has a treasure and it's a magic key, the big question is, did the villagers take it with them, or is it still here somewhere? And I guess I'll have to start back at the old North Palace and make my way back and find out. I don't think I'm going to venture back into that town again either. There is an item I can get that makes those things not be invisible anymore, which would certainly help if I choose to explore that town any further. So I think that is what I will hold off for. But in the meantime, let me go see if I can find these refugees and see what kind of squalor they happen to be living in, and see if maybe they took that treasure with them. At least it's pretty easy to get back to where I was, now that I can just blast my way through the rocks, walk along the road. No need to deal with a single monster all the way to the lake. Even if I do have little rando things like that happen when I walk over the little desert scape left by the rock. And there we go, on our way across. Now I can see if Mr. River Devil is still kicking around and I have to blow him away again, or he's just gone for good now. easily dealt with. And now, time to do the little dances again. Oh man, that was not what I wanted to do. The graveyard's full of these invisible guys, just like in Casito, beating me up, so not a comfortable place to be. I'm gonna get out of here as quickly as I can possibly do it. Alright, now instead of crossing this bridge, I'm gonna go up through the forest and find that cave to the north that the magician in Casito was talking about, and see where that'll take me. Have to deal with all this detritus on the way. There's another cave that has some, up in the swamp, that has some points and things in it, but I'm maxed out, level 8s everywhere, so getting to the 4,000 points. I'm actually not sure in this version. In the previous North America version that I played, it was basically just an extra life you would get every time you leveled up after you were maxed out. In this one, I don't know if that's what happens. Alright, let's get on through here. Ooh, it's a double scener. Alright, so just make this guy go away. Oh, I hate these red guys. They're, my shield does not help me those club things. Alright, here I am. Made my way. So, the hammer takes out forests, and we find a town hiding in the forest. So this isn't too squalor for a refugee settlement. Himitsu, the hidden town of Kasuto. Himitsu secret, hidden. So these folks seem to have a similar set of discussion items as in Casito. Everybody is from Casito. She's going to give me something good if I follow her. Sounds reasonable. Let's do that. This isn't one of those towns with monsters in it. Oh, there's actually a person in here. Machino Hazure. We've got a secret on the outskirts of the town. Hazure ni guesses outskirts. And there we go. Got my last magic container, so I'm all full. I think that is a good piece of news. So I will grant her that yes, that was definitely something good. Yeah, I did meet the magician. And I've already got my magic full, so I can just worry about her. I'm still not totally sure what this one means, but I'll take it. Now Healer has a nice big house, but now I can make that beep, beep, beep stop. That's all it's worth it. The whole palace has no bottom. Okay, I think I remember that. You kind of just fall down and it loops, so you'll just end up back for eternity. Yeah, this one's kind of a funny little place. There's no end, but there's this fireplace to go in that just happens to lead to another basement. So, I guess this is a reclusive magician that likes to hide. Yeah, it's Fujigina. Mysterious spell. This is a pretty weird spell. I don't know if you've used it in previous versions, but it basically just takes any bad guys and converts them to bits. So, little blue blobs, and which makes them a lot easier to kill. But of course, you don't get as many points for it. There is one or two places where it has additional impacts. One of them, I believe, being in this town. Sabaku Desert. Alright, here we have this big empty area with a big wall. So unlike other towns, I can't just walk out the end. But if I cast this new magic spell here, voila, we have this big new building appears. So we get another basement and hard at work, and we have a magic key, which, if we recall, was the treasure of Casto, so that means they did bring it with them. I do not have to go hunting through that old, scary, moa-filled town looking for the magic key. So the magic key is cool, because now I no longer need to find keys in a palace. I can just walk around through, all doors will open. Would have been nice to potentially have that earlier in the game when I had other palaces, but this last palace actually doesn't have many keys in it. It might only actually have one. You could beat the end boss, so without the magic key, you're going to use a lot of magic with your fairy spell, or you need that magic key to progress. Alright, so this was I guess a way I could have bypassed that first bridge all the way, because you can just go around this lake, but it's a long trek through the forest with lots of these guys, although I might argue they're preferable to the bridge. So if I keep going straight down, I think that I might have just done it over top of where there's a hidden sea. I honestly don't remember 100% what it's for, if there's a point bag in there or anything, but I know it is not what I'm actually looking for right now. So I'm going to continue my way down and sort of snake my way along this coastline. That is where I will find what I'm looking for. Assuming this version holds true to what I remember. And it does. There we go. My last heart container. So I'm now pretty much maxed out. I've got everything I need. I'm going to blow the flute here in the middle of the three-eyed rock, if you recall somebody mentioning that. And that just gave me what I need. So I'm going to go to Casto again, now that I've got all this stuff. I'm going to talk to the magician again, just in case the lady that told me he is the most powerful of all the magicians can do something nice for me. And that was a nice little start there. Not sure why he decided to hang out here with all these other guys, but I guess somebody's gotta keep the torch lit. The Saikyo, strongest magic. Thunder. So basically, that's instant death. If I cast that spell, anything on the scene is going to be no more. I get all the points. So both Spell and Thunder are effective against those rock-throwing guys on the top of those fences, if I chose to use it that way. But in this particular case, I think... well, we'll see if I feel the need to do that. Thunder takes a ton of magic to use. Basically half my entire allotment when I've got full containers, so I can use it twice and nothing else, or I can use it once and have limited access to other stuff. So I'm just going to see if there's anything else I missed here from before. So, yeah, the magic key, treasure of Dasto, knew that. So I'll see if there's any other secret notes I need to decipher. And this is like one of the biggest towns in Hyrule, so it's a shame that it got toasted. It just goes on and on and on. And I guess that hidden town isn't exactly shiny either. Not much left of that building. And it looks like we found the other end of town. So I guess that exploration has reached its completion. Now we'll get over the bridge here and cheat out just one more time. Don't mind me, I'm just a happy little fairy. Flutter, flutter, flutter. Alright, no magic, no life. Perfect opportunity to take on this palace number 6. And awesome. There we go. You may notice that I have full everything, so my entrance with no life didn't really go so well. So basically just began anew. So the first thing to find is the magic cross. That will allow me to see all those invisible creatures. Probably not the most important of all the items to get, but Death Valley would be a challenge without it. It's kind of similar to the candle, I guess. You could, in theory, do the whole game without ever getting a candle, but it would be kind of a nightmare. So another fun characteristic about this palace is dead ends are typically just that. There are no keys to collect, so you can pretty much just march straight to the treasure and straight to the boss if you happen to know which direction to go, which I unfortunately don't fully remember, so it's going to take me a little bit of back and forth. And again, given that I'm now fully leveled, the point bags are great in terms of the potential of getting an extra life, I suppose, but they are not worth, I guess, dying for. So since this guy's flames can't get down here, I'm pretty much invulnerable until I get past that last little barrier. Always a little tricky to time those jumps. Nice when there's no decisions to make. I will go this way. We've got Wiz Robes. Thought we'd finish with these guys. Night. If I push him back too far, he's just going to go down the hole. Now we're just ignoring, because I want to actually get benefits from him. There we go. Alright, this is a big jump. Oop. I guess that didn't work out. Neither did that. So this is that infinite hole, really. Basically, I could fall down forever. So if I do miss the one I'm trying to get, I can just loop and make my way back. But in this particular case, I will see where this goes. And all these guys are wanting to put me in the lava. Hate those horse-headed things. Now that Neo is generous. Reflect again. That was a little bit. Nice. That was actually much more useful than the points would have been at this point. Here's another place where fairy is really the only option. Link does not swim in lava, and there is no other ability to just soar my way across that. Got a couple of these guys. That was easy. And another crossroads here. Now we have a little bit of fun with an old-fashioned boss battle that I've already done before. This guy was in the North American version. I remember that quite clearly. And down he goes. So I guess there's a few little keys that you get whenever you beat one of those guys. Don't really do me any good, but I'll take them nonetheless. Alright, here we have another thing. So it is possible to do this and jump up there, but I never seem to make it. I think if I recall there's an extra life doll up there, so that's what I could get. There we go. It's funny when those things don't finish blowing up and they just stay permanently kind of there in the way. That was a thing that happened in the North American version as well. I'm assuming it's a glitch. But there's times when it can be useful. So when I was falling down that last pit, you probably noticed that little corridor off to the right. It's another occasion where it's basically you're not going to get in there without casting fairy at just the right moment. And I had not remembered about that, so I was not prepared. Oh, there we go. See if that gets me my free man. It's a good way to at least minimum refill my magic or my life, whatever it is that I'm low on at the moment. I think this will take me back up and around so that I can take another stab at falling down that hole the way I want to. Maybe even take another attempt at jumping across. Be able to get that free man or whatever it is that's over there. Nope. But this one, we should be able to do. Can't do much with him, so I'm just gonna play along. Oop! We got the color change, you know what that means. I feel like I bypassed the trigger and have made it straight to the boss's room. This is the first boss that I have to deal with hitting some things. But if I recall, it's the dragon that just kind of pops out of the lava and shoots at me. Too hard. Well, hit him a little more routinely. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Another key. Alright, there's the final crystal. So technically, I have now done what I need to do to unlock the Great Palace, move on, collect the Triforce, and be done with things. However, still have to get the Magic Cross to make Death Valley even slightly tolerable. I'll come back and get that in a little bit, but in the meantime, please like, subscribe if you enjoy this, and see you next time.